Hi guys, this is Chip and Guardian from Chip and Guardian's Adventures. Um, Today I'm going to talk about the NHS app and pinging and um, solutions and what the government can do. And it's basically easy. Now, as you know, I'm autistic with learning difficulties, right? So I see things different than most people, and some people like it, some people hate it. If you hate it, then don't listen. But if you like it, then don't forget to subscribe. Uh, Leave a thumbs up or thumbs down. It's up to you. Also, leave a comment and share and subscribe. And let's get on with it. So, according to the government, they're going to let off a few workers, right? So say a doctor gets pinged because they've been in a ward and they've been amongst people with COVID, right? So, say you get pinged. So you take the flow test the next day and you've only just caught it. It's going to take 2 to 3 days for you to become positive, right? On top of that, you're already building your so if you're asymptomatic, and even if you've got symptoms, you're still building the virus inside you, right? So you're still carrying it with you. You go into work with the sick and the vulnerable, and you're giving it to all other doctors, all other nurses, all other cleaners, care workers, ambulance drivers. Ambulance drivers are going off saving lives and spreading it there, and they're going home, blah 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 blah, right? So there's a simple solution. Have a list in each department of, so say it's paramedics department, have a list of people who are starting paramedics or being paramedics, and when someone's being pinged to go off duty, then you bring them forward. So like college nurses, right, that are still in college, or college doctors, if doctors and nurses are being pinged, instead of putting them in danger and their families in danger, have like a second, like in football, if one of your football players get injured, you have a substitute. So build a system where you have substitutes in the area. Also, like for shelf stackers, workers in retail, right? Workers in retail are 10 to a dozen. So if you have like if you have people who get pinged, like a load of shelf stackers or workers in a place, or a driver, and they get pinged, then have substitutes. Have people that are on benefits that want to work, the young. The government's got a list of how old they are they healthy enough, if they're waiting for work. See what skills they've got, call them up and say to them, we'll give you payment and you work until these people come back off. And in return, you will get to put on your CV that you've done work experience type thing, but you get paid for it. So say someone, and you won't get your benefits stopped. So say someone is out of work and they're 23, 24-year-olds and they want to work in retail. The government's got a list of them from benefits, right? Oh, this person can work in retail. Give them a ring, get them in. And say to them, we're not going to touch your benefits. You're going to get your benefits as usual, like your dole money as usual. However, you're also going to get paid for this. And on top of that, you will get it added to your CV, a letter to say whether you were good, how good you was a worker, how on time you was and stuff, which means it will help people back into work that's been out of work since they were 16, 17. What do you think, guys? Comment down below. Do you think that's a good idea? of getting people that can work on benefits, obviously not disabled people and people who can't work with back breaking or retired, but semi-retired doctors and nurses, yeah. But just to fill in. But people in retail and stuff like that, if they get pinged and they have to self-isolate for 10 days, for a person on the dole who's waiting for a job and can't get one, they can say, right, keep your benefits. We're not going to touch your benefits. You're going to get paid for the 10 days. Also, on top of that, we will write you a CV so you can add that to your CV. So that way, you know how when you go into a job, they go, oh, you've been out of work for 10 years. Oh, you've been out of work for 6 years. There's a guy that's 54, got sacked. I saw it on one of them benefit things. And he was looking for work every day, going out looking for work. And he was saying, you're too old, you're too old, you're too old. And now he could be on the waiting list and go, actually, you could come in. And say people for shelf stacking and stuff want to learn a new skill. Well, they can do that. And if you promise to keep their benefits and promise that they get paid, and you pay the person who's isolated for 10 days, you pay them full pay, then they're going to self-isolate as soon as they get pinged. The person who's safe is going to go in and be able to do the job, and they're going to get a CV plus their benefits plus the extra wages. It's a win-win-win for everyone but the government. See, because the government's going to lose, because if they've got no excuses on why we haven't got food on the shelves, like because they've bollocksed up Brexit, a lot of people are saying, see, we shouldn't have left Brexit. It's nothing to do with Brexit. It's to do with the way the government bollocksed it up. Because we've got a bunch of 5-year-olds. And you know what? When that female Labour MP stood up and said, no, I'm sick of him lying. I'm sick of this stiff upper lip crap. He should be done for this. He's killing millions of people and he's getting away with it. I tell you something now, I will get people together and if they sack her or they stop her. If they stop that MP for telling the truth, or sack her for telling the truth, or punish her for telling the truth, then watch, I'll be getting a load of people together and they ain't even seen a protest like my protest, right? So, yeah. So there's your answer, government. It's simple. You've got quite a lot of people on benefit that are able and capable to work. You've got 55-year-olds, 60-year-olds who aren't yet ready for retirement, is ready to work. You have part-time retired people that are ready to work. If you promise to keep their benefits and pay them for them 10 days, and then pay the people their wages, their normal wages, while they're off for 10 days, then that way, and if they have got COVID, then fair enough, then put them on sick pay until they get better. But if they haven't, they've been pinged and isolated for 10 days, and they don't have the virus in them 10 days, then they should be rewarded with a bonus of £100 in their wage packets or something like that from the government for self-isolating for 10 days, although they didn't have the virus. If they've got the virus, fair enough. Then put them on sick leave. But if they haven't got the virus and in 10 days they still didn't get the virus, then they should be rewarded for self-isolating for 10 days and not being able to go to work with £100 extra in their pay packet that month. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a good idea to run the country like that? Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Yeah, but there's loads of people on benefits that are waiting to work. Loads of young people waiting for work. There's loads of work out there. So why don't the government stop pinging them for work? Now there's loads of places and loads of spaces. There's no excuses. So why doesn't the government go into the benefits and go, because when you fill your benefit forms in for dole, You fill what you can and can't do, right? So they've got that on there. They've got that on the system. So start using a pinging system. You've got the NHS app, so use the work app, a jobs app, where this job comes up in your area. It's 10 days, filling in for someone who's isolating for 10 days. You still get your full benefits. And in return for doing that for 10 days, we will write you a CV on how good you was and stuff like that. And if you're good enough, then they'll keep pinging you. You'll end up with loads of experience. So when you do want to go in for a job, then you'll have loads of experience. It's not hard. It's not complicated. It's simple. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. This is a short. Okay, guys. Speak to you in a while, crocodile. Stay safe.